I'll be showing you what's on my new 3DS XL, and here's all the games I currently have installed on my new 3DS XL. The first game I have is Pilot Wings Resort, and a matter of fact is that's the only physical game I own for my 3DS. All the rest of the games I own for my 3DS are digital downloads, so I did get them from the eShop. The next game I own is Super Mario 3D Land, and I highly recommend Super Mario 3D Land to any of the owners of the new 3DS XL or the new 3DS. I highly would recommend buying it or playing it over again, because as you know, the 3D does not break with those systems. The 3D does not get blurry, really, so I would definitely check that out. A great platformer on the system. The next game is Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, an outstanding platformer. The only real gripe I have with Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D is it's a very hard platformer. So if you're a casual gamer or if you're not good at games or especially platformers, I wouldn't recommend this. It is one of the best games or best platforming games on the 3DS. It's just a very hard game overall. I wouldn't really highly recommend it if you're just a beginner or if you're just a casual player. The next game I own is Super Street Fighter 4. It's just a port of the Xbox 360 and PS3 game. It does run well on the 3DS. Overall, it is a very good game. The next game I own on my list is Mario Golf World Tour. Now, Mario Golf World Tour is a very fun sports game or very fun Mario Golf game. It's actually my second most played game on my 3DS. It's actually pretty fun, and it does have online, so you can compete in online tournaments and things like that. It is a very fun game. Probably not the best game or anything. It's just a game you can actually just play for fun if you just want to take a break from other games and stuff. And then the next one is Mario Kart 7. Now, I have some stuff to talk about Mario Kart 7. Mario Kart 7 is actually my most played Mario Kart game. I do own Mario Kart 8, and I still think Mario Kart 7 is almost better than Mario Kart 8. For me, the tracks on here do seem to be a little bit better than 8, in my opinion. And I just love how it's handheld, and I just love the graphics. And if you're an owner of the new 3DS or the new 3DS XL, then you'll know what I'm talking about. The graphics just pop a little bit more on the new 3DS and 3DS XL. So I tend to play this more than Mario Kart 8. I just find the controls and I just find the way the vehicles or the carts handle a little bit better in this game. And some of my favorite retro tracks are actually on Mario Kart 7. I'm talking about uh I'm talking about the tracks like Waluigi Pinball or Airship Fortress or Dino Jungle. Those are just some of my favorite tracks in the Mario Kart series. The next one I have is Kirby Triple Deluxe. Now, if you're looking for a 3DS game that's really going to show off the 3DS and what the 3DS is capable of, I would definitely check out Kirby's Triple Deluxe. It is a pretty easy game, but they really went all out when it comes to the 3D effect on this game. The 3D effect is just amazing. I would actually put it over Super Mario 3D Land in terms of the 3D effect. If you own a new 3DS again or the 3DS XL, definitely check out Kirby's Triple Deluxe. They did an outstanding job on the 3D effect in this game. It's really almost mind-blowing what they did. It's just amazing. Fantasy Life. Fantasy Life is an RPG. It's a very fun RPG. You can take different roles like a chef, an archer, a cook, things like that, and you just live your life. It's a very fun RPG game. Just one thing to note about Fantasy Life is Fantasy Life can ruin your life because there's so much gameplay in here. You can get caught up and never want to leave your real life. It's just a really fun, fantastic game. If you're looking for that RPG to satisfy you on the 3DS, or if you want a game that'll last a very long time before you have to buy a new game, I would definitely recommend Fantasy Life. It is an outstanding game on the 3DS. I've already clocked in about 95 plus hours in this game. I'm already at about 110, 120 hours, and I still haven't done everything in the game. So that really shows you how much content is in the game. The next one I own is Resident Evil Revelations. It is a good game, and especially for the new 3DS systems, you can use the the C stick on the upper right hand corner of your system. The graphics look nice. Overall, it's a nice game. If you like Resident Evil, don't skip on this just because it's on the 3DS. It actually is one of the best looking games on the 3DS, and I'm very glad they brought it to the 3DS, Resident Evil Revelations. The next game I own is Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. Now, Zelda, A Link Between Worlds, I don't really need to touch up anything about it. If you have a 3DS, you probably already played this game. This game is a fantastic game on the 3DS, and it is a must-own 3DS game no matter what. It is one of those games you have to play if you own a 3DS. Enough said about that game. The next game I own is Yoshi's New Island. Now, Yoshi's New Island is not the best 3DS game by far. Is it worth picking up? I would probably say it's not really worth picking up unless you don't have anything else to play, or if you're getting bored or something and you just want to pick up a game and play, then check this game out. But the problem with this game is the music is really stale. They never really change the music. You hear the same music in every stage. The difference is they just remix the same Yoshi's Island theme over and over and over and over, so it gets really stale. And most of the levels in the game are pretty stale, to be honest. Is it a game to play? Yes. It's nothing it's nothing amazing or outstanding or anything. It is an okay game, but I personally wouldn't recommend it unless you're bored of your 3DS or bored or something. Then pick it up. But other than that, I highly wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend you playing the one on the Super Nintendo. The one on the Super Nintendo is 100% better than Yoshi's New Island, but for what it is a good game. The next game I have is Animal Crossing. This is the original Animal Crossing, New Leaf. It's not Animal Crossing, the new one that just came out, House Builder or House Hunter or something. I do apologize. I did forget the name. But as you know, Animal Crossing New Leaf is, again, one of those games you can waste your life on. So if you want to waste your life on a game, New Leaf is definitely a game to waste your life on. But again, most people already own this game, and I have already put in 85 to 90 hours of this game and still haven't seen everything the game has to offer. This game will just waste your time, and you'll never ever be you'll probably be antisocial by the time you're done playing this game, because that's how much time you can waste your life on. And this is one game just like a Fantasy Life. I would recommend getting digital just because you'll probably never take this out of your 3DS once you pop it in. That's how good this game is. I would highly recommend going digital if you can for Animal Crossing New Leaf if you haven't picked up the game, because this is one game you want to keep on your system at all times. It's just an amazing game. The next game I own is New Super Mario Bros. 2. Now, New Super Mario Bros. 2 doesn't really do anything different from the other New Super Mario Bros. Games. Although it is the second one in the series, I personally wouldn't recommend it again unless you're bored. It's not the worst game on the 3DS. It's just not an amazing game on the 3DS. Like, if you already played the Wii one, or if you played New Super Mario Bros. DS, I wouldn't recommend getting this, because really there's not much too new to the game. They did add some new power-ups, but overall it's not a new game by say, and most of the music is the same as the DS version or the Wii version, so I wouldn't recommend it at full price. Maybe if you find this game on discount, I would pick it up, but other than that, I wouldn't highly recommend picking this game up. The next game I have is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Now, this is a fun 3DS game, but to be honest, I really didn't pick it up and play. I just couldn't get into the gameplay. That's just me. But don't let me decide if you should buy this game or not, because this game is a very good game. I would highly recommend it just because I didn't like it. I know a lot of you guys like it, and to be fair, it is a good game, but for some reason I can't get into Luigi's Mansion. I put in about 30 or 40 minutes into the game, and I just found myself not playing this game for some reason. It is a good game, so don't let my decision not let you buy the game. Now, the next game I have is Super Smash Brothers 3DS version, the demo version. Now, I did own the actual game. The reason I still have the 3DS demo version on here is because this is the one from Club Nintendo. And as you know, if you get any demos from Club Nintendo, they don't have any limit on how many times you can play the demo. That's the reason I have it. The reason I didn't keep my Super Smash Bros. 3DS version is because they wouldn't let you use the D-pad to move your character. I know what you're saying. That sounds a little ridiculous. I know the circle pad still works for the game, but the problem is I'm OCD and I'm paranoid, and I heard a lot of people saying that when you use your circle pad on your 3DS, it might break after a while. And to be fair, when I play Super Smash Brothers, I usually play Super Smash Brothers competitively, and when I play at a competitive level, I usually tend to use my circle pad a little too much. And even when I try to go lightly on the circle pad, I still tend to find it that it kind of I feel nervous that I might break my circle pad. So that's the reason I actually got rid of the game. Now, to be fair, if you remember Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Super Smash Bros. Brawl actually allowed you to use the D-pad on the Wiimote, if you remember that. So it is possible to use the D-pad on the 3DS to control your character. I just don't know why Nintendo won't update it. Until they update it, I'm not going to rebuy it. If they update it, I'm going to rebuy it because this is a very good game for 3DS. And especially for all you 3DS and new 3DS XL owners, you should definitely pick up this game because it loads 100% faster on the new 3DS. The time is chopped in half because you know Super Smash Bros. 3DS takes a lot on the CPU and takes a lot on the whole system, so where you would really need more power, and that's where the new systems come in hand. The next game I have settings, I have Nintendo eShop, activity log, and then I have a Super Mario Bros. The original one, and I have a Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. Now those two games are gonna be just retro classic games. They're very fun to play. I did rebuy them. I thought it was worth it, so I can play the original Super Mario and Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels on the go, which is very cool. I did get them on the eShop as a NES games on the Virtual Console. And then I have Rayman Origins. Now again, just like Luigi's Mansion, I really thought I would get into Rayman Origins, but I really never got into Rayman Origins because on the PS Vita I have Rayman Legends, and Rayman Legends is just overall a better game than Rayman Origins. So I did put in about 2 to 3 hours before I stopped playing this game. I do think it's a good game if you want Rayman, because this is the only Rayman game on the 3DS. Well, they do have Rayman 3D. If you're talking about the Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends game, they only have Rayman Origins on 3DS. They don't have Rayman Legends on 3DS, so I had to go with Rayman Origins. And this was actually bought before I actually had Rayman Legends on PS Vita. And once I got that game, it's way better than this game. And Rayman Legends on Vita or on any system actually has all the levels, or about 40 or 50 levels from Rayman Origins in Legends, so you really don't need to buy Rayman Origins. The next game I have is Shovel Knight. Everyone knows what Shovel Knight is. It's a retro-inspired game inspired from Mega Man, Mario, DuckTales, things like that. It's really heavily inspired by other games, and it is a fantastic game. I would definitely recommend it if you're into retro style games. If you're into retro style games, then this game is an amazing game. Let me tell you, it's well worth the $15 it's going for on the eShop. I would not. I would pay the full price 100%. They just did a fantastic job on this game. There's YouTube. I have YouTube installed. I also have Badge Arcade, the new Nintendo Badge Arcade. If you install this game or this little application, you do get 5 free plays once you install it. You do have to pay to play. It's $1 for 5 plays. And what Nintendo Badge Arcade is, it's basically like playing a crane machine at like a store, but the difference is you do get these little badges you can put on your 3DS home screen. If you look on the bottom at my 3DS home screen, I got some Mario Kart badges that I won from Nintendo Badge Arcade. It is a crane game, and you can choose different crane games. Every crane game has a different series, and I only pumped in $2 right now, and that's probably how much I'm ever gonna pump into this game because I'm not going addicted. I'm not gonna get addicted trying to put all these badges on my home screen. They don't really do anything on your home screen. Some of them can actually replace icons on your 3DS home screen. Like, you may get a different music application or like a different camera application, and you can still click on it and it will launch like the camera or the 3DS eShop, but you have to win those badges. And as you can see, I did get all the Mario Kart badges for my 3DS. That was the really only reason I wanted to play this game. Once I found out they had the Mario Kart ones. And if you didn't know, I am a big Mario Kart fan. That's why I had to get those. And pumping out $2 is like pumping out $2 to buy like 2 cheeseburgers at McDonald's. So I said, what the heck, and pumped them in. I'm going to go ahead and show you what they actually look like. As you can see, it just says like Mario Kart 8 badge. And you can't click on it or nothing, but it just clarifies it's like a little badge on your home screen. They're just little decorations. Personally, I think it's worth $1 because otherwise you'd be paying $1 for something else, like a cheeseburger or like something at like Family Dollar or a Dollar General or Dollar Tree. And for $1, it's not bad. I wouldn't say get addicted to these because they really don't do anything. They're just little badges on your home screen. Another thing I forgot to mention about Nintendo Badge Arcade is Nintendo Badge Arcade actually allows you to get themes for your 3DS as well if you want to get special themes. I'm actually waiting for the Mario Kart theme on Nintendo Badge Arcade. Once that's available, I'm going to get that special theme for my 3DS. So it'll match all my Mario Kart badges. And then on the very far right side of my 3DS, I have some folders installed. I don't have much in my folders. I have a Nintendo's apps. I put these apps in here because these are the apps I really don't use that much. As you can see, I'm not going to go all over all of them. This one right here at the bottom, you may have seen that from the DSi. Now, Flipnote Studio, you did have to get through Club Nintendo. So if you haven't already got your Flipnote Studio from Club Nintendo, then you're out of luck because you can't get that anymore. And all the rest of them are just standard apps you get from your 3DS. I just don't use those apps. I'll go ahead and back out. Then I also have an Indies app and a Retro app. In my Indies folder, I have a couple games. I have Gunman Clive, and I have a Kirby Fighter Deluxe. Now, Kirby Fighters Deluxe is not a game worth paying for, because if you own Kirby's Triple Deluxe, this game's already built in. Kirby Triple Deluxe. It's just that Kirby's Fighter Deluxe adds some more stuff, adds some more abilities, but it's really not worth the price they're going for on the eShop. I must have been drunk or something when I bought this game, because it is not worth the money it's going for on the eShop. You better just stick to the actual game on Kirby's Triple Deluxe. It's a minigame. And second of all, Kirby's Fighter is just a ripoff of Super Smash Brothers, so you're better off just buying Super Smash Brothers anyway. But for a game that comes free with a Kirby Triple Deluxe, it's not a bad game. Then I got Mario Golf. I got the original one on Game Boy Color, because if you didn't know, this is nostalgic to me. That's the only reason I got Mario Golf. I played that as a kid on my Game Boy Color. That was one of my first games I got on my Game Boy Color. If you didn't know anything, actually, my very first handheld game ever was Pokemon, which is very cool. As you know, it is a big franchise from Nintendo, and I'm proud to say that was my very first handheld game growing up as a kid. My first one was actually Pokemon Red, and then I got Pokemon Yellow after that, and then Pokemon Blue. But Pokemon Red was my first ever handheld game I played growing up as a kid. And then after Pokemon, I got Mario Golf, and I do love this Mario Golf game. It is a very fun game. Probably not as good as the one on the 3DS, Mario Golf World Tour, but this is still a good game. Then I got a Zelda 4 Swords. Now, Zelda 4 Swords is actually a game I got for free. You can't actually get it anymore in the eShop. It was actually free for a limited time. That's the reason I have it. But I did get it on the 3DS eShop when it was free. Then I got 2 other Kirby games, because I do love Kirby games. I got Kirby's Adventure and Kirby's Dreamland. And then on my Chains theme, I did get one other theme for my 3DS. And the other theme I got for my 3DS, I did get Kirby's Craft Paper, because I'm a big Kirby's fan. And then I also got Stars, Yellow, and Purple, and that's pretty much all my themes. I don't have any other themes on my 3DS, new 3DS. And anyway, that's everything on my new 3DS XL. And anyway, peace out. I'll see you guys later in my next video. I'm out.